Hi guys, I'm Lisa and I'm going to take you today for your Pilates for All class. So you just need a bit of space, about the space of your arms spread out left and right and to the sides as well. So just set yourself up with that much room, or if you have a mat, you just need enough space for your mat. You might want to have a jumper or a top or a cushion just for a bit of support for your head, neck and shoulders when we're lying down. If you do feel it's uncomfortable, do pop something underneath. So have that close by. And then when you're ready, we're going to start lying down, okay? So we're going to bring our heels close in towards our bum. You can keep your hands on your shins and slowly lower yourself down to lying on the mat. You might like to have your hoodie or your cushion underneath your head. And bring your heels nice and close to your bum today, okay? Have just about a tennis ball distance between your feet and your knees. And then place your hands down by your hips. Turn and face your palms towards the ceiling. Roll your shoulders away and let your shoulders and chest relax and melt down onto the mat. You can turn and face your palms back down to the mat then. Spread your toes and plant your feet heavily into the mat. I want you to take a big inhale and roll your hips to your belly button. Plant your back onto the mat so there's no space in your low back. As you exhale, I want you to push into your feet. As you do, your hips will start to lift up, your knees will start to travel up, and you're going to come up into a shoulder bridge. Now when you're at the top of this shoulder bridge, let your chest melt down a little bit heavier. Take a big inhale at the top, and then exhale, we're going to peel down. And when I say peel, I mean we're going to roll through the spine, every disc coming down by itself. When you get to the bottom, take an inhale, roll your hips towards your belly button, and then exhale, roll all the way back up. Big inhale at the top, and then exhale as you roll down. So whenever you're rolling, do an exhale. When you're at the bottom and when you're at the top, take an inhale. On your way up, I want you to make sure both hips are lifting up nice and smoothly together. So if you stand evenly through your left and your right foot, your hips will lift nice and balanced. If you're not sure, just pop your hands on your hips and feel if there's any wobbling or shaking left to right or up and down on the way up or on the way down. You want to control that by standing evenly into both feet, to curl up and evenly as you roll down. We're just going to go for 3 more like this. Try and connect with every disc of the spine on the way up and every disc on the way down. So as I'm rolling down, I'm rolling through my ribs, my mid-back, my low back, my tailbone. As I roll up, I'm lifting low back, mid-back, lower ribs, upper ribs, and melting back down. Now on our next one, we're going to go up to the top and we're going to hold it up there. Now put all your weight and focus into your left leg. We're going to bring the right leg into tabletop. Now you can keep the leg in tabletop, or to advance, we go straight leg towards the ceiling. I'm going to go for tabletop today. You're going to keep your hips balanced. With your right leg, we're going to do a leg circle. Bring the right thigh bone towards you. Bring it out the side of your mat. Bring the knee forward, across the left side of your body and all the way around. Up and bridge all the time. Now if you're struggling, lower your hips a little. You can even do this lying on the mat. For a bit of a challenge today, we'll try and do our leg circles and bridge. So you're trying your best to keep your left hip steady as you mobilize that right hip. Just focus on the movement of the thigh bone, and when you're ready, reverse it. Take it the other way around. Now when you reverse your circle, try and match the size of the movement you did on the other side. And take your breath with you. I always exhale as I do my circle and inhale as I come back to center. Go for another 2. And the last one. Pop that foot down, transfer all the weight into that right foot. Make sure the hips are balanced, left leg comes up. Tabletop or straight leg. When you're ready, bring the leg towards you. Out the side, down around the front, out across the right and back. Remember, you're just mobilizing your thigh bone in your hip socket. That's all leg circles are. So just focus on the movement of your thigh bone. If you want to advance, go for the straight leg. Otherwise, tabletop. Keep the hips up all the time as best you can. And when you're ready, reverse that circle. Take the breath with you. You can push your hands into the mat. Give yourself little anchors, a bit more support.
Last 2. And last 1. Plant that foot down, balance through the left and right leg, roll all the way down. When you get to the bottom, give your knees a little hug in towards the chest. Give yourself a little baby rock from side to side, and then place your feet back down. Heels close to your bum, tennis ball distance between the feet, between the knees. Plant your hands back down by your sides, roll the shoulders away. We're going to do one more shoulder bridge. Take a big inhale, roll your hips to your belly button. Exhale, we're going to peel to the top. Again, we're going to go for that right leg to tabletop. And if you can, let's go straight leg. Otherwise, tabletop is fine. I'm going to inhale, reach my leg forward until my knees are in line. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, bring it back. If you prefer tabletop, just reach it forward, back to tabletop. We're going to go for another 4 and 3. Inhale forward, exhale back. Last 2 and last 1. Hold the leg over the hip. You're going to drop your hips an inch, lift your hips an inch. Drop and lift. Another 4 and 3. Last 2 and last 1. Bend the knee, pop the foot down, roll to the bottom. Give your knees a little hug in towards the chest. Now we'll do all of that on the other side. So heels back close to the bum, tennis ball distance between the feet, between the knees. Roll the shoulders back. And when you're ready, roll the hips to the belly button with an inhale. Exhale, bring yourself to the top. Spread the toes on the right foot, put all the weight into that right leg, left leg comes up. If you went straight leg last time, do it again here. Big inhale, reach it forward. Exhale, bring it back. If you find you're dipping into the leg that's lifted, imagine reaching that thigh bone a little higher out of the hip socket. So your left thigh bone's lifting a little bit higher and reaching up and forward as you move. We're going for another 3. Remember, you can always do tabletop for 2. And last 1, hold the leg up, straight leg or tabletop. Both hips drop, both hips lift. Both hips drop, both hips lift. For 4, for 3, for 2, and last 1. Bend the knee, pop the foot down, balance the hips, roll down. Give your knees a hug in and give yourself a baby rock from side to side. When you're ready then, spread your feet nice and wide. I'd go as wide as your mat. Open out your hands left and right and let both knees fall to the right and then look to your left. So my feet are really far apart, at least shoulder width apart, and I just collapse my knees to one side. Get a big twist in my hips and my spine, and I open out my hands, keep my shoulders down, and just breathe into the stretch. Inhale to bring your knees to center. Exhale to drop to the opposite side. Keep the shoulders down. Inhale to center. Exhale to twist. And one more time. Inhale to center and exhale to twist. Bring the knees to center now and bring your feet back to center. Now if you need to have a cushion underneath your head, you can here. I'm just moving mine away from me for the next bit. We're going to do an ab series, okay? So feet nice and close to the bum. Lie yourself down and roll your shoulders away, okay? We're going to bring our right leg into tabletop and we're going to bring our left leg into tabletop. Bring your inner thighs together, bring your feet together and open your hands out wide left and right. You can have your palms facing up towards the ceiling. Try and keep the shoulders pinned down to the mat. What I'm going to do from here is let my knees move off towards the right. But I want to start the movement up at the top of my ribs. I want to start to feel a twist as my knees move off to the right. Twist is happening all the way through my core, down towards my belly button. My left bum cheek is lifting off, and then I pause. Don't let your right knee touch the ground. Come as close to it as you can without touching. From here, use your core to draw it back. Start bringing your ribs back onto the mat. Start bringing your mid back onto the mat. Start bringing your low back, and finally your tailbone. Then we go off to the left. I'm going to take a big inhale, lowering off towards that left side. My right bum cheek lifts, my shoulders stay down on the mat. Now using my core, I'm going to peel back. Ribs come back first. My mid back comes back. My low back, my tailbone. We'll go again to the right. Find your breath. You might like to do a big inhale as you lower to the side, and exhale as you use that core to bring yourself back to center. If you prefer to do the breath the other way around, that's perfectly fine, but the length of time your knees are dropping to the side, do an inhale or an exhale. The length of time you're using that core to bring you back, an inhale or an exhale. We just go for 2 more. Make sure you're using the core to bring it back. So remember, ribs pull back, mid back pulls back, low back, tailbone. Last one. And back to center. Bring it to center. Bring your hands to about mid-thigh now. Legs are still in tabletop, they're nice and active. From here, what you're going to do is an abdominal crunch. So I'm going to take a big inhale. As I exhale, I'm going to tuck my chin in. I'm going to lift my head, neck and shoulders up and look at my belly button. As I inhale and release back, I'm going to let my hands go over my shoulders. So inhale, release it back. Feel the space between my ribs and hips. This time as I exhale and curl up, my hands will float up like they're drawing a rainbow to reach to that mid-thigh position again. Big inhale. Exhale, I'm going to curl up. Lift my head, neck and shoulders up. Inhale, I'm going to release it back. I'm moving my ribs towards my hips as I lift up. I'm letting the space between my ribs and hips lengthen as I go back. Exhale, look at the belly button as I lift. Inhale, releasing the space as I go back. Trying to get my shoulder blades up and off my mat, and then releasing fully back down. We're going to go for 4, for 3, for 2. Look at that belly button as you lift. Look back as you rest. Last one up and hold it. Hold it up in that abdominal crunch. Your hands are going to come out to the sides behind your head. We're going into arm circles. Staying in that abdominal crunch all the time. We're going to go for 4 in this direction. Try and keep your shoulder blades up. Stay looking at the belly button. You might like to exhale as you do your circle. Inhale as you come back to center. 2 more. And last one. Then we reverse it. Hands go back, out to the sides and around. If you need to rest, take a quick rest. Join back in when you're ready. Keep the shoulder blades up. Keep moving. We've got another 3 and 2 and the last one. Rest. Lower down. Deep breaths. From here, we're going to take our hands to the shin of our right leg. Reach your left leg, your left leg. Right leg can reach out. Big inhale. Exhale, lift the head, neck and shoulders up. Look at the belly button. Take a big inhale. Exhale, we're going to switch the legs. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Now you can keep going, drawing the knee back into your chest, or you can keep both legs straight and switch. Switch into your butterfly kicks. We're going to go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Knees in and rest down. Drop your feet down for a second if you need to, or give your knees a little hug in towards the chest. Give yourself a little baby rock from side to side. When you're ready then, we're going to bring those legs back to tabletop. You're going to bring your heels together and put your toes apart. So we come into a V-shaped position with feet. So heels together, big toes out. My knees can open out wide left and right then also. What I'm going to do from here is make this diamond shape with my hands. So I've got my thumbs linked over and my index fingers linked over, and I'm going to have my hands up on top of my forehead. I'm going to take a nice big inhale. As I exhale, I'm going to lift up. As I lift up, I'm going to press my hands through towards my ankles. Then I'm going to bring my hands back as I rest. So I've got my elbows bent, my hands in that diamond position at my forehead. Big inhale. Exhale, I'm going to lift and press. Inhale, I'm going to release it back. Big inhale. Exhale, lift and press. Inhale, release it back. So you've got all these tiny little muscles in the front of the shoulders that we want to wake up. And lift and press. And back. Now if you can, try and keep the arms straight. Lift them, push them forward. Bring them back over the shoulders. Lift, push forward. Bring it back over the shoulders. Next one, I want you to lift and hold. Bring your hands over your shoulders in that same position. Lower your hands back behind your head. Keep your shoulders up. Reach your legs forward. Inner thighs come together. Hands towards the ankles. Knees open out. Hands go up. Legs reach forward. Hands to ankles as it comes back. Try and stay up with the head, neck and shoulders as you move. So hands away, legs away. Hands to ankles as they come in. Inhale and exhale. We go for 5. For 4. For 3. For 2, and last one. Feet down, and you can bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a small baby rock from side to side. Now from here, you're going to leave your head down for this next one. If you do need to have a bit of cushioning underneath your head, absolutely go for it. I'm just going to stay without any cushion underneath my head. We're going to bring our hands by our sides. Now you can do this from tabletop, otherwise from straight legs over the hips, okay? If we're going for tabletop, you're going to take an inhale, reach your legs forward. Exhale, bring them back, little lift up of the bum. If we're going for straight legs lower down. Straight legs come back up, lift the bum and lower. Reach the legs, sweep them back and lift. Tabletop is okay here too. Reach your legs forward, bring them back, lift the bum up. Reaching forward, draw it back, little lift. When you lift your bum up, if you lift your back, just place it back down gently. Roll down like you would from a shoulder bridge. You can always stay straight legs all the time if that feels good for you. We'll go for 4. For 3. For 2. And the last one. Bring your knees into your chest and give yourself a little baby rock from side to side. Now, the abs have done enough work for a while. So what we're going to do next is come to a side lying position for side leg series, okay? Now to set myself up for this, I'm going to go onto my elbow. I'm going to try and have my bum in line with my head to the back. My knees are going to come up so that they're straight out from my hips and my ankle is straight down from my knees. So I've got my legs in this kind of 90-90 position. If it's too much for you to be up on the elbow, or if it's too much weight to put on your elbow, you can always reach your hand through, rest your head down, or support your head like this, okay? So whatever's most comfortable for your upper body, get yourself set up. I just prefer to be up on my elbow, okay? My top hand I'm just going to place on top of my top hip. Now I'm going to keep my feet glued together. I'm going to keep my legs in this 90-90 position. All I'm going to do is open the knees and then close them. And again, opening the knees and closing. So all we're doing here is just starting to activate the glutes, so the muscles in your bum, and we're starting to get a little stretch on the inner thigh. In this sequence, if you've done it before, we did it a few weeks ago, or if maybe it's your first time doing it, you will feel a lot of burning in the bum, in around the hips. Don't panic, it's what we're trying to strengthen, and you will feel it working. Go for 2 more. And last one. Now our next move, we're going to a hip lift. So we're going to lift the foot off as we lift the knee off. Lift the knee, lift the foot, and place it back down. And then again, lift the knee, lift the foot, and place back down. Now, don't worry if your movement is a lot smaller than mine or if it's a lot bigger than mine. Everyone's movement is going to be different here depending on where you're stronger or weaker, in around your knees, your hips, muscles in your bum, inner thighs. Just focus on your movement and focus on feeling the bum starting to wake up, the hips starting to open out. We'll go for another 3 and 2
And the last one, we're going to lift, we're going to hold it. I'm going to extend my leg out and I'm going to point my toe forward. I'm going to try and have my heel in line with my bum, and I'm just going to lift the leg up and lower down. And I'm going to try and keep my big toe pointing forward as I do it to start. So I'm going to start to activate the inner thigh a little bit and get a bit of a stretch there. I'm starting to really feel the muscles in my bum switching on. We'll go for another 2 like this. And last one. Now this time I'm going to point my toe up towards the sky as I lift up and lower down. Toe up towards the sky now and lower down. So I can get an even bigger stretch on my inner thigh. I can really roll my hip out. I'm going to go for 4. For 3. Deep breaths as you do this. For 2. And last one. Heel down in line with my bum. Point my toe forward, flex my foot forward. Now just feel that length in your leg. Feel your leg as straight as your body can allow it. Now point the toe forward again. From here I'm going to sweep my foot forward in front of my hip, flex my foot, bring my heel back in line with my bum. Point my toe, sweep my foot forward, flex my foot, drag my heel back. Now as I'm doing this, I'm not letting the height of my leg change. It's going forward and back in a straight line. Go for 3. For 2. Take a rest if you need it. Tap out the bum, join back in when you're ready. Last one. Finish with the heel in line with the bum. Point the toe forward. We're going for leg circles now. They can be small circles or big circles. Find your breath. Keep moving. Deep breaths. You might like to exhale as you circle, inhale as you come back to center. If you need to, you can always bend the knee in, tap out your bum, join back in when you're ready. We're going for 3, for 2, and last one, reverse that circle. Keep moving. Try and match the size of the circle you did on the other side. Keep going, we're nearly there. Last 4, 3, 2, and last one. Bend your knee in and tap out your bum. As we change sides, bring yourself to center first and spread your feet nice and wide, left and right. Bring that right foot over onto your left thigh bone. Have your baby toe facing away and just let that right knee move down. Get a bit of a stretch into the glutes there. So what I'm doing, I'm having my baby toe with the right foot facing away, because when I pull my baby toe towards me, I put all this unnecessary pressure on the outside of my ankle joint, which I don't want. So baby toe faces away and that heel can go down. You can always push down on it if you need to get a bit of a deeper stretch. Hold that there for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. And now we'll go off and we'll do the other side. So again, you want to set yourself up, have your upper body as comfortable as possible. Again, I'm going to go onto my elbow. If you want to lie down, if you want to hold your head in your hands, whatever works best for you. So we're going to set ourselves up, knees coming out from the hips again, and feet coming down from the knees. Feet flex towards the face to start. And when you're ready, we're going to keep the feet glued together. Just open the knees and close the knees. And again, open the knees and close the knees. So we're just starting to activate the glute now on that left side. You might still feel your right side maybe burning or active, and don't panic. This side will feel different because you've already done another leg. And because that other leg is really active, it supports us a little bit more. So we're just opening and closing the knees. Go for another 3, for 2, and last one. We're into our hip lift now. So as I lift my knee off, I'll lift my foot off. I'll open out my hip and I'll place it back down. Knee lifts off, foot lifts off, and I'll place it back down. Now find your breath. Big inhales and even bigger exhales. Remember, whenever you exhale, your abdominal wall will shorten and tighten to help you in the exercise. So it's always good to exhale on the hardest part of the movement so your core can come in and help you. Inhale on the easier part to get some recovery. Last 2. And then last one, I want you to lift and hold it. Reach that leg out, heel in line with your bum. Point the toe forward. With the toe pointing forward, lift the leg up and lower down. And again, lift it up and lower down. So we're going to start to get a little stretch on the inner thigh, a little stretch into the bum. We're finding our breath.
and seeing how big can we make the movement, how challenged are we in the movement, and where are we feeling challenged. Is it outer hip? Is it glutes? Is it inner thigh? Now when you're ready, toe points up to the sky, lift the leg up, greater stretch on that inner thigh. Deep breaths all the time. Keep moving. We're going to go for another 4 and 3 and 2 and last one. Finish with the heel in line with the bum, point the toe forward. When you're ready, we're going to sweep the foot forward in front of the hip, flex the foot, heel comes back in line with the bum. Point the toe forward, sweep it forward in front of your hip, flex the foot, bring it back in line with your bum. Keep the foot at the same height all the time as you're moving forward and back. You can always go into a circle if you'd like to add a little bit more of a challenge, lifting up and over to bring it back in line with the bum. Otherwise, forward and back is fine. We'll go for another 4 deep breaths. For 3. For 2. And last one. Finish with your heel in line with your bum. Point your toe forward. When you're ready, we're going to draw that circle in the sky with your foot. If you need to give a little bend to your knee, or if you need to take a break at any point, there's no harm doing that. Tap out your bum and join back in when you're ready. Deep breaths all the time. Go for another 4, 3, 2, and the last one. Reverse that circle. Keep moving. We're nearly there. Deep breaths. Try and match the circle you did in the other direction. We're going to go for 4, for 3, for 2, and the last one. Bring the knee in, tap out your bum. When you're ready, bring yourself up to seated. We'll sit with our feet nice and wide again, and we'll do that same stretch for the glutes. We'll do it on the left leg. So have your feet nice and wide, and you can bring that left foot across to the right thigh bone. Baby toe stays facing away from you, and start to send that left knee down. Feel that stretch right into the glutes, into the hip. You can bring your right foot closer to you to deepen the stretch, or have it further away to ease off. Nice long deep breaths here. Hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the foot out, tap out your bum, and we're going to come up to kneeling on our mat. So you're going to come up to kneeling on the mat, and what I want you to do is kneel nice and upright. So we're up on our knees. Have about a tennis ball distance between your knees. Feet are flat. You can pop your hands onto your hips. What I'm going to do from here is just sit your bum back onto your heels, and then I want you to come back up. When you come up, flex your toes like you're coming onto the ball of your foot. Sit your bum back and come up. Flat feet, bum goes back, and sit it up. So what you're going to do is just alternate from being up on your toes to having your feet flat. We're going to start to get a big stretch into our feet, into our ankles, and we're just starting to open and close those hips a little bit more as well. The glutes are nice and active here, and they'll help us to stay nice and upright when we're in our high kneel position. Your core and the muscles in your bum will keep your back nice and straight, so there's no arching or anything going on. We'll go for 2 more. And let's go for our last one. Now we're going to come into that high kneel position. Now from having done that last exercise, hopefully the feet won't start to cramp in our next one. If your feet do start to cramp, I'd recommend you go back into switching from being up on the ball of the foot to flat feet, or roll your feet out and then join back in when you're ready. This next exercise, we're going to have the feet flat, or as flat as you can get them. We're going to have our hands on our hips. Now I want you to feel that your hips are being pressed forward. Squeeze the muscles in the bum so you're nice and upright. And from here, what I'm going to do, from the bottoms of my knees up my thighs, I'm going to start to hinge back. So I'm going to start to hinge back, almost leave my hips forward, hinge it back, and then use my core, draw myself forward. Now when you lean back, you want a line between your knee, your hip, your shoulder. Keep that line as you come back up to upright. Big inhale as you release it back, and exhale as you come forward. If you're feeling strong, hands can come out in front of the shoulders. Hinge it back and bring it forward. Hinge it back and bring it forward. We're just going to go for 2 more. And last one. Bring it forward. Sit your bum back down on your heels for a second. Bring your toes in towards each other. Keep your knees the same distance apart that they are right now. We're just going to walk the hands forward. Sink your head down. So bum down on the heels. Sink your chest, sink your head. Take a few deep breaths. Hold out there for 6, for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and last one. Bring ourselves up to kneeling again. About a tennis ball distance between the feet, between the knees. Now this time, as I lean back, I'm going to lower my left hand down and out, reach my right hand up in the sky and reach it back. So as I lean back this time, I'm going to look at my lower hand. I'm going to lean back, look at my lower hand, and I'm going to bring it forward. Hands come together. Then I'm going to lean back, look at my lower hand. I'm going to come forward, hands come together. Don't panic if you don't lean back as far on this one. Look at the lower hand, hinge at the hips. Hinge back, bring it forward. You should feel this right the way up your quads, the fronts of your thighs. If we keep our hips forward as we lean, if we create that line between the shoulder, hip and knee, we'll feel our quads start to light up as we hinge. We'll go for 3, for 2, and last one. Hands on the hips, sit your bum down. Feet come in together and reach your hands forward. Take a few deep breaths. From your hands in center, I want you to walk your hands out to the left side of your mat. Take your right hand over your left hand and reach it across. Feel that lovely stretch through the right side of your body. Then walk your hands back to center. Walk your hands out to the right. Take your left hand across your right hand, reach it over. Lovely long deep breaths. And then walk your hands back to center. Hold it here. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. Okay, we're going to bring ourselves up to standing now. We're going to go towards the end of our mat. We're going to stand it up nice and tall. Roll the shoulders away. Hands can come onto the hips. From here, I want you to walk your right foot forward. Step it nice and far forward, okay? Come up onto the ball of your back foot. We're going to do some lunges here. So from here, I want you to lower your back knee down so it drops underneath that hip. Your front knee will be over your front ankle. From there, lift it up, both legs are straight. Then again, lower down, front knee over the front ankle, back knee sinks down and lift it up. We're going to go for 4, for 3, for 2, last one, drop down, hold it there. Now from here you can go flat on the back foot. Press your front knee forward, press your back hip forward. From here take your hands up into the sky. I want you to start to lean your body back and look for the wall behind you, reach for the wall behind you. Keep pressing the hips forward, pressing that front knee forward. Holding that there for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your hands forward. We're going to bring our left hand there down from our left shoulder, across from our right foot. Now you can stay with the back knee down, or you can lift it up, lengthen the back leg out. From here, I'm going to bring my right elbow inside my right foot. Then I'm going to reach my arm up into the sky. Elbow down as low to the ground as I can. And then reach it up. Try to keep the shoulders away from the ears here as you move. We'll go for 5. Release your left shoulder from the ear when you reach. For 3. For 2. And the last one, reach and hold. Reach that arm as high up into the sky as you can. Imagine reaching your back leg as far away from you as you can. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that hand down, drop the back knee down, flatten the foot. Bring your right foot across to the left side of your mat. Then bring that knee down. You can bring the foot a little closer towards your groin if that's an easier stretch for you. Otherwise, bring the foot a little bit more forward if the hips are able. My hips are quite tight, so I'm going to bring my heel a little bit closer towards my bum today. From here, walk your hands forward, your elbows forward. Come down onto your elbows and just press the hips down. Now, even though we're pressing the hips down, we want the hips to be square, so we're not opening out to one side or the other. And we're just breathing. If you need to rock the hips a little bit forward and back or side to side just to ease into the stretch, you can. But when you're ready, try and hold it there. Deep breaths. You can stay right there in that stretch if that feels good for you. Or we can come up onto our fingertips, lift our chest, roll the shoulders away. Press the hips forward all the time. So if you imagine your hips are reaching forward, you're lengthening your spine towards the ceiling, eye focus can lift up. From here, if you can, bring your back heel or your left heel in towards your bum. If you can, reach the hand back and grab that heel in towards your bum, face out. Now try and keep the shin or the thigh bone down, the shin facing up. So left arm to left foot. And open out. Hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the foot away. Both hands are facing forward now. Hands are spread, fingers are spread. I want you to push into your hands so you can lift that left leg up and put your right leg back out with your left leg. From here, we're in our plank. I want you to push into your hands, lengthen your legs back. If I came along with a stick, I want your head, your shoulders, and your bum to be touching that stick so you're in a straight line. From here, we're just holding that plank nice and easy. Deep breaths. Now from here, I'm going to let my head go between my shoulders as I lift my bum up, look between my knees. I'm going to come back forward into my plank. Big inhale, head goes down, bum goes up, and then bring it back to your plank. Move your shoulders away, lift your bum up, bring it forward. Go for 4, for 3, for 2, and the last one. Hold it forward. From here, walk your hands back towards your feet and bring yourself up to standing. Roll the shoulders away. From here now, we're going to do that whole sequence on the other leg. So we're going to step our left foot forward now, right foot back. Both legs are straight or as straight as you can get them. And then from here onto the ball of that back foot, we're going to lower into our lunge. As I lower down, my front knee is over my ankle, back knee sinks down. I'm going to lift up. So I do want you to tap your back knee off the ground before lifting up. Your front knee should be over the ankle when you're in the lowest part of your lunge, and lift. Readjust your feet if you need to. If you need to have a chair next to you to put your hands on the chair for a bit of balance, go for that. We're going to go for 4, for 3, for 2, and last one, down and hold it here. Flatten that back foot, and then when you're ready,
we're going to press the hips forward, the front knee forward. We're going to take the hands up into the sky, press the hips forward, start to lean the body back. Eye focus goes up. Deep breaths as you do. And the hips are pressing even further forward. The spine is lengthening even higher into the sky. Hold it there for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fold the body forward. Bring your right hand out across from your left foot. Spread the fingers, spread the thumb. Plant that hand into your mat. You can leave the back knee down or you can lengthen it up. From here then, what I'm going to do is bring my left elbow on the inside of my left foot and then reach the arm up. I'm going to rotate down, shoulders square to the mat, then open up to that left side. Deep breaths, elbows low to the mat as you can before rotating up. You can always leave the knee down if you need it. Go for another 4 and 3 and 2. Last one, reach and hold. Press through your hand on the mat, reach through the fingertips in the sky. Lengthen your back leg away. Press your front knee forward. Hold it there for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the hand down, drop the back knee down. Bring your left foot across to that right side. Now, you can have the knee a bit more forward than me. Again, as I said, my hips are a little bit tight, so I'm going to have the knee or the heel a little closer towards my groin today. From here, we're going to walk the hands forward, come onto the elbows, and sink the head, sink the chest. You can give a little rock side to side, get a little stretch into those hips. If you go forward and back, you might feel it a little bit more into your bum. Keep sinking into that stretch, pressing those hips down. And now you can stay right there as you are, or we'll lift onto the fingertips. Lift the chest, open out your collarbone. You can stay right here, or trying to keep the right thigh bone down to the mat. Bring your right heel towards your bum, taking your right hand back. Open out to that right side. Release the shoulder away from the ear, open your chest. Long deep breaths here. Hold that for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the foot back. Both hands forward, press into your hands, lift the back knee up. You're on the ball of the back foot, take the back knee back. So you're into a plank position again. From here, what you're going to do in 3 steps, step your hands back to your feet, and we're going to come to standing. I'm going to walk my hands back. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to roll up. Roll my shoulders away. I'm going to step out into my plank in 3 steps. I'm going to walk out 1, 2, 3. I'm going to hold it here. From here, I'm going to do a push-up, keeping my elbows close to the sides of my body. I'll lower down, lift up, walk my hands back. 1, 2, 3, curl to standing. Roll the shoulders away. We'll do it again. 1, 2, 3. You can always do a half push-up here if needed, or drop to your knees. Up. 1, 2, 3. Stand. 2 more. 3 steps always. As we come out, try and keep the legs straight. 1 push-up. You can add more if you want. 1, 2, 3. And up. Last one. Step the hands out. Try and keep the legs straight. We're going to lower down, lift up, and we're going to walk the hands back. 2, 3, and stand up. Roll the shoulders away, and we're going to step it forward. Now, the next stretch we're going to do, we're going to come down into quite a low squat. If you have trouble with your ankles, knees, or hips, you can roll the end of your mat up so that you can put your heels onto the end of your mat. That's going to make it a little bit easier for you to get into the bottom of the squat. If everything's okay, ankle, knee, or hip, you should be fine on just a flat surface. So if you're struggling during, roll the mat up, heels onto the mat, okay? From here, I'm going to bring my hands quite close together, hands in front of my shoulders. I'm going to lower down, bring my bum down to my heels. Elbows inside of my knees, so you can see me from this position. I'm trying to keep my back straight. I'm going to turn and face the front now so you can see me from here. My bum is low, my elbows are in, hands together. Now from here, I'm going to move my pelvis forward. So press my hips forward, press them out to the right, press them to the back, to the left, and around. So I'm doing little pelvic circles here. I'm trying to keep my chest up as I do, and I'm trying to press my knees outwards all the time. Now this might be a tiny little circle for you, or it might be a big one. And again, there's no harm in rolling that mat up if we need a little bit of extra support for the ankles or the knees. Now when you're ready, we're going to reverse it. Take it the other way around. You might find when you reverse it first, that maybe your toes are starting to lift, feet are starting to lift. Try as best you can to balance on your feet. Feel the pressure in your individual toes as you move around. Feel the weight transfer from your heels forward to your toes, from the outside of your foot to the inside. So try your best to keep the feet down so we can feel that weight distribution as we move. We'll go for another 3, for 2, and last one. Bring yourself to the side and we can come to kneeling on the mat. Have your hands just slightly forward of your shoulders. Have your knees just underneath your hips. From here then, I'm going to step my left hand forward to the front of my mat. I'm going to take a big inhale, take my right hand off. Exhale, I'm going to reach my right arm through. Try and get my right arm down to the mat. There you go. Feel that twist in the core, twist in the shoulders. I'm going to inhale, bring that hand through. Bring my right elbow out higher than my right shoulder. And then reach the arm back through. Inhale, elbow comes up, lift it up. 2 more. And last one. Bring that hand up. Place that hand towards the front of the mat. Left elbow bends. Bring that elbow higher than the shoulder. Big inhale. Exhale, reach through, twist. And sweep it up. Reach through and twist. Lower the shoulder to the mat. And lift back up. Nearly there. 3 more. And 2. Try and open the bony parts of the bum out behind as you reach through. Now let's go for our last one. Hold it there. Bony parts of the bum can open out to the wall behind you. Shoulder down to the mat. Feel that twist through your core. Deep breaths. Hold it for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring both hands forward on your mat, really far forward now. Knees are under your hips. From here, keep your feet separate. I want you to open the bony parts of the bum to the wall behind you and sink your chest down to the mat. Feet are flat and deep breaths. Press your breastbone down and reach your arms out of your shoulder sockets forward. Breathe. Every breath you do, feeling the bony parts of the bum opening out just that little bit more. Feeling your breastbone sink to the mat just that little bit more. We'll hold it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly walk your hands in and you can step up onto your feet, but keep your hands down by your feet. Sink your head between your knees and sink your chest towards your thighs. We can take our left elbow in our right hand and our right elbow in our left hand. Now bring your left elbow to the outside of your right knee and then swing across your right elbow to the outside of your left. Left outside the right and right outside the left. Just ease that spine out. If you hear any clicks or pops or cracks, don't panic. Just the air bubbles being released. And then just let your hands hang down in center
Let your head hang down in center. Every breath you do now, spread your toes and stand a little harder into your feet. Feel the backs of your thighs will lengthen. Feel your chest peel off. And then once your legs are straight, keep standing into your feet. Start to roll your spine on top of your hips. One disc at a time, all the way to the top. When you get up to the top, roll your shoulders away. Take a big inhale, reach your arms up high into the sky. Exhale, open out and around. One more big breath up and out, and you're all done.